Hi, and welcome to Retired Nomad Adventures.
I'm Retired Rick.
And I'm Daphne, and today we want to talk to you about our first 6 months plan for travel and the difference between vacation and slow travel. When we start out, we're going to spend our first 3 weeks really doing a traditional vacation.
Our goal is, in this whole travel stuff, our goal is to stay within a $5,000 budget. I've already told Daphne that we've well exceeded our $5,000 budget, but
for the first 3 weeks.
For the first 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But our first 3 weeks are with family, and we're doing the typical vacation with the excursions and not really looking for deals, just for a vacation vibe. Our son's with us, so we're just more of a vacation mode. So we're just kind of try to compare what 3 weeks looks like compared to what a month of our slow travel looks like, and we'll kind of be able to gauge that at the beginning. But this first 3 weeks is just a typical vacation for us.
And we were thinking that the silver lining on that would be that we would totally have a point of comparison. And so we're about 28 days in the first, well, a little more than 3 weeks, but not quite 28 days in our first location. But then we're taking off to go to really top tourist spots during peak season. So the first place we're going to go to is with family, and of course they're not charging us to stay with them, and that will be in Liverpool. But during the time that we're there, we're going to go spend several nights in Edinburgh to start with. So we looked at Edinburgh, and we looked on Airbnb, and there really wasn't anything, in Edinburgh there was something on Airbnb, and then I went and checked on Booking.com, and that same listing was available on Booking.com for slightly cheaper. And then sometimes with Booking.com, they'll have more generous cancellation policies. In this particular case, there weren't much in terms of cancellation policies. There wasn't anything that was any different. There was basically no cancellation policy, and very rarely do we book things without a cancellation policy. But we did make an exception here. And what we liked about this place is it was right on the Royal Mile. It was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It was super charming, and it was like what you would imagine a typical Scottish home would look like. And you could look out over to the cathedral, and then there's also a chapel sort of right across the street. So the location in that was great, but we are only in Edinburgh for 3 nights. Now remember, our budget for an entire month is $5,000, and we're only in Edinburgh for 3 nights, and the cost for that is $1,059.
Oops, like vacation mode.
So that's expensive, and then we'll go back to Liverpool for a little bit, and then we'll head back out to Dublin, and we'll be staying in Dublin for 4 nights. There really wasn't anything in Dublin that caught my eye on Airbnb, I think because we wanted to be right in that downtown heart on O'Connell Street. So there wasn't much in terms of Airbnbs, but there was a hotel that we found on Expedia and Booking.com, and their prices were pretty similar. I ended up booking on Booking.com, and then after I booked it, I realized that I had forgot to check the actual hotel's website. So that's another tip. So Booking.com had free cancellation policy. When I looked on the hotel's website, it was the same price, but if you signed up for their reward program, they also threw in free breakfast and a late checkout. So I canceled with Booking.com, rebooked, and so we were able to get breakfast thrown in for the bargain basement price, just kidding, of $1,172 for 4 nights in Dublin. So if you're keeping track of the price so far, where are we at?
I have no idea. I think we're at $22.31 and 9 cents
for 7 nights.
For 7 nights. So, and just remember, when Daphne says that we are looking into this, we're looking into that. I'm not looking at anything. She's looking at everything. So this is her field that she's in. And one thing that we always try to do is get breakfast included somehow, or some kind of a meal included. So, but for the time there is $2,200. So.
For 7 nights.
For 7 nights.
Yeah. So that honestly, so when we typically would go on vacation, we'd have to go during the high season, and we'd always want to go to those prime locations. And so this is very typical of what we would spend on vacation.
Yes, a typical 3 weeks out of the year, no problem. Like, we wouldn't throw a fuss. It is what it is. This is just a vacation. So we're slow traveling into our slow travel. So we're going to start off with a vacation, and then we'll slow travel our slow travel.
There you go. So from Dublin, our son will leave us in Dublin. He'll head back home, and then we'll head back to Liverpool for about 5 more nights with our family. And during that time, we really want to spend some time trying to learn the public transportation system. So we're just going to get out there and try to mess up, try to learn some things, and we'll save some money because all we're going to do is try to ride the public
just go on
transportation.
day trips somewhere and then try to find our way back. So
Yeah, and then we'll shift gears from there and we'll head down to Kent. And so Kent is a little seaside town in England, and we've never stayed at a little seaside town in England before. So we're super excited about that. We found an adorable, like super stylish Airbnb right across the road from the seaside. There's like a little boardwalk and you know, all kinds of great stuff. And so what was fabulous about this is we've never stayed anywhere for more than, I don't know, 2 weeks in one Airbnb. And so we've received minor discounts, 10% or something like that. But in this particular case, is the first time we really experienced the benefit of the slow travel and staying somewhere for a long time. So on this Airbnb, we got a 50% discount for staying the 28 nights. And so the total cost...
I'm starting to get excited now. That's crazy.
So the total cost for the entire month in Kent, right across the street from the sea, in a beautiful Airbnb. And one of the things that we will do is we'll always take you each month to our new Airbnbs to show them to you. So you'll see that I'm telling you the truth. It's a beautiful Airbnb, and the total cost for that was $2,240.
And 49 cents.
That's not bad though, right? For the whole month?
Yeah, for the whole month compared to our 2231.09 for the
7 days.
7 days.
7 nights.
7 nights.
Yeah, yeah. So 2240, and so that that felt really good to get that full month discount or that 50% discount for those 28 days. So then from Kent, after we're done there, we're going to make our way to Portugal, and we're going to be staying in the Algarve, and we'll be in the Algarve for 90 days just because of the visa. We're allowed to be there for the 90 days. So we'll be there, and we're going to do 30 days in 3 different locations. So we'll start off in the Algarve, and where we're going to start off, well, I should say first, when we choose the Airbnbs, we always want a washing machine and a dryer.
Yes.
We always look to make sure that there's a grocery store within walking distance. And I typically always look to make sure that we get an air conditioner. Now in England, I didn't get an air conditioner, and
You should be okay.
I hope so,
We
but
should be.
that could have been a mistake. We'll let you know. So we need an air conditioner, we need a washing machine. A dryer's not important because we hang our clothes anyway. And then we need to make sure there's a grocery store local. So we looked for those things. And then the one thing that is my love to have is a bathtub. And what's your love to have?
Is a balcony. So I love sitting out on the balcony, having a cup of coffee, or just relaxing with a glass of wine. But balcony is my cool thing to have.
Yeah.
If we don't have it, it's fine. But it's nice if we do.
Yeah, so I look for those, but the washing machine and then the walkability, because we never get a car anywhere we go, so the walkability is really important. So the first place we're going to is Portimao, and what's funny about Portimao is that we had heard when we were in Portugal before, we heard about Portimao from different people over and over again how much they loved it. And we were staying in Faragudo, which is just across the river, and we did have a rental car then.
Yeah, we rented a car, and we just wanted to go into Portimao just to kind of see what it was like. So it was a city, went across the river, crossed the bridge, drove through there, couldn't find a parking spot, and then we came back because we just get frustrated because it was just hard to navigate because we weren't used to it.
The streets were so narrow, and we were kind of
Yes.
trapped in the middle of buildings. We couldn't see any ocean, like high rises, and so we always say if we're going to get into a fight, it's going to be
driving.
Yeah, navigating transportation. And I think we just got fussy, and so we gave up on even going to Portimao. But we could see it across the river. We could see that it looked like it was beautiful. So now we'll have somebody else drive us in.
Now we were in vacation mode when we were there last time. This time we're in slow travel mode. So hopefully we'll learn to relax a little bit.
Yeah. So this place is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It has a balcony, no bathtub, and the balcony overlooks. It also has a community pool, so it has a community pool. The bed looks super cozy and comfy, and so does the couch. So that's also really nice. So for and on this one, we got a 59%
Crazy.
discount on this one, and it's
Crazy.
right across the street from Praia de Rocha Beach. So we haven't been there. We saw it across the way, but the beach is right there, directly across the street. Looks like a beautiful condo unit, and so the total cost for a month's stay in Portimao in high season is $2,177.64.
Not bad.
Not bad.
I like the discounts.
Yeah, so that's crazy. 59%.
Now we're getting these discounts because we're booking for 27 or 28?
28 days. So you have to do at least 28 days. So for all of these we're doing. And because we have that 90-day time we're allowed in the Schengen zone, the 28 days is nice because it gives us that little bit of cushion. We don't quite go the full 30 days, so we know we're leaving with that plenty of cushion time at the end. Okay, so that's the first 28 days. And then from there, I thought I was booking us in Tavera, because we had also tried to drive to Tavera when we were leaving Farragudo and heading to Villarreal de San Antonio. We thought we would stop off there. And there, we got stuck in a roundabout.
A roundabout like 3 different times. It took us forever. It took us about 10 minutes to get back to that roundabout. And we were following directions, and for some reason, we just could not find the exit. And after 3 times and like an hour and a half of trying to go through this roundabout, we just gave up. So we went back on the freeway and just went our way. So
you can see we're pretty quick to quit when we're driving in a car and things aren't going well. So we never made it to Tavera, but again, I'd heard so many wonderful things about expats really loving it there. People who go on vacation say it's like the one place you have to go, but we never made it there. So I booked a place in what I thought was Tavera. It was called Cabanas de Tavera, and turns out that's different than Tavera. So it's sounds like it's across the river, and at first we were going to cancel because I thought, oh, this isn't where I want to be, but the Airbnb itself looked like a lovely home. It was an Englishman who owns it, and he had responded to us several times really kindly. And this is a place that's right on a golf course. So one of the things that they advertised for this place was that you could get your golf game in, and you golf 5 days a week now, and so by this time I'm imagining you're going to be really
it'll be nice to at least try and see how golfing is without my clubs and on courses I don't know out of the country. So that'll be nice. So that'll be a nice change of events for me. So we'll see how it goes.
And this will be the place where we see if this is something that you can kind of do in most of the places we go to. So I'm excited for you to get to do this. And also, if you watch any of our other videos, my one thing I'm most worried about is you getting bored. And I feel like the excitement of being able to go golfing will help with that. And this place, we have 2 balconies, 2 beautiful big balconies, and we have a nice big bathtub in this place. So this is the first place where I actually have a bathtub. So for those reasons, we decided to stay in this Airbnb, and we'll just wing it and see how it goes.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Flow travel and just go with the flow.
So now this one, we only got I say only, but still significant. We got a 30% discount on this one, but we're coming out of the high season a little bit here, and so I think the prices are also slightly better. So we got a 30% discount on this Airbnb, and that one is $2,167.83.
And 83 cents.
Yeah. So still, our prices are pretty similar, kind of wherever we're going. All right, so then our last stop is Lisbon. So we're going to Lisbon for 28 days. We have a beautiful, such a charming Airbnb with a little Juliet balcony. I don't think we have a bathtub in this one, but it's right in the city center, so we can walk out our front door and everything's right there at our doorstep.
And we've been in Lisbon before. When we went on vacation, we just fell in love with Portugal, and Lisbon was part of the reason. So to end our slow travel on this first leg of our traveling is nice to end it in Lisbon. So I'm excited about that.
I am too, and I said we don't have a bathtub, but we do. We got a bathtub and a balcony, and these hosts have 200 and something reviews, and they have 4.99 stars for this particular place and for themselves as hosts. So I feel like we're in good hands here. And this one we got the smallest discount, but we're now at the farthest point from the high season. We are in a beautiful city center location, this Airbnb, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and the total cost for that is $1,618.
And that was with a...
Yeah, I thought you were going to say and 51 cents.
And 51 cents.
And that was with a 20% discount. So it's the least expensive and the least discount, but still the cost was great here, especially for what we're getting.
And the hosts have responded.
Yeah, they
great.
are so kind, and so we're excited for all of this. And they've been hosts for 11 years, so we cared about that also. Okay, so do you want to say what our total cost? So now this is for almost 6 months.
So if
let's say 5 months, right?
It's about 4 months.
5 months.
5 months.
Okay.
So for 5 months, and sometimes, like we said, the first 3 weeks are expensive, but then it averages out over the next 4 months or so. So for our accommodations for the 5 months is $10,375.56, and that's that's 5 months.
Yeah. So the average cost then for each month is $2,075.11,
which isn't bad at all. And if you just do that with our slow travel costs for our Airbnbs and stuff like that. That is $8,144.40.
If we took out the
if we took out the 3 weeks.
Yeah.
If we took out those 3 weeks for what we call as our vacation, and we just relied on our slow travel, what we were planning, and that comes to an average of $2,036.11. So that's not bad once you average it all out. And then even if we throw in the 3 weeks that we had our what we call as our vacation, in with our slow travel, our accommodations were an average of $2,075.11. So
yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad. So, and with our $5,000 budget, trying to stay within that feels like should be attainable.
Yeah, should be attainable.
But we'll see, and we'll keep you posted on that month by month. But it will be nice to have that point of comparison to see, like, what does it cost to travel, vacation, and then what does it cost to actually slow travel. Yeah?
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today, and please hit that subscribe button, and we look forward to seeing you next week on our Retired Nomad Adventures. Bye.
Bye.